Revolve, Man's Scientific Rise to Godhood by Aaron Franz. Introduction. Today, we are led to believe that war, cutthroat competition, and conflict are somehow going to culminate in world peace. Confusion abounds, and doublethink reigns supreme. In this world of artifice, doublethink actually provides a false sense of sanity. The modern man has been convinced that high ideals like world peace may be achieved through warfare. There is a dialectic process at work here. It has everything to do with mind control, but it also has to do with results. Shattered minds can actually be predicted and controlled with astounding accuracy. Oddly enough, war can create peace of mind. You doubt that this is true? Take an honest look around you. You may notice people entering into impassioned states of religious ecstasy by merely chanting, "Support our troops." Who, or what, are these souls paying homage to? No one answer seems to satisfy this question, but rather a complex set of spiritual revelations obtained by the honest individual are required to even begin understanding such a situation. Upon reflection, the serious seeker must ask, what exactly is the religion of this world? Manipulation of language has perpetuated war. The word has always marked the beginning of creation. While words have power, they remain the reflection of even more powerful ideas, things that make no sound. In silence the fate of the world was conceived, and has appropriately come to life through an eternally silent population. Few are willing to stand out. Now is the time for you to turn things around by digging deep within yourself. In doing this you will be obligated to speak out, and stand up in the face of massive resistance. This responsibility is your key to ending the silent war. Understand that this silent and eternal war has always taken place on an invisible battlefield, the human mindscape. It is this sacred realm that has been invaded throughout time, all for the purpose of creating allegiances that would otherwise not exist. To the true seeker, the toxicity of such allegiance is plain to see. For everyone else, misery persists, but its cause remains completely unknown. Such is the war on consciousness. Over the past century, we have witnessed an escalation in the scale of warfare. As human civilization has advanced, so too has the art of destruction. It has been sufficiently proven that time and time again all sides of wars are funded by mutual financiers. International banks lend money to opposing nations. It is these globally influential private institutions which actually profit from the debilitation and weakness of all nations. The true power and sadistic wealth of this small group of profiteers is gained through the mutual weakness of their borrowers. In this depraved system the foolish nation-states destroy themselves while the wise financier remains unscathed. It is not the intent of this book to detail the intricacies of this particular process, but it must be recognized if we are to truly understand how this world of ours is operating. International business is carried out in this way. Truth is a tricky word. That is because the nature of truth lies in definitions. It is of prime importance to know that whosoever is allowed to define truth gains power over everyone else who accepts that particular definition. By agreeing upon a single version of truth, a union is formed. Consensus reality is established. Large groups of people are motivated to action according to the design of their belief systems. Proclaimed truth can be an incredibly relative thing. It isn't as absolute as many of us have come to think it is. This is an incredibly valuable fact of life. The prevailing truth of our age is that human society has constantly improved. Throughout history various revolutions have built up to our current state. Society as a whole has benefited from this. The world we have created is a glowing beacon of progress. Alongside social growth, so too has the life of the individual become more bountiful. Technological progress has brought us comforts and luxuries that were unknown to the kings of previous centuries. Life has become longer and more abundant, and so it follows that our progressive method of social construction is effective and must continue to develop. Man must evolve further, but is it right to equate our social history with natural evolution? Everyone seems to be in pursuit of something better, and so they continue moving forward. This is usually done quickly and without question. Our methods go ignored, but our emotions persist. In this way we have become automated, much like our beloved machinery. At a glance it seems as though our toil has diminished thanks to high-performance tools. Looking deeper, one can see that they may have been hasty in making such assumptions. High performance leads an athlete to victory. This is how the gold medal is won. We all have gold on our minds, but ironically we are unable to understand the profound meaning behind this symbol of wealth. Instead we see an idol in the form of a glitzy prize. Its brightness blinds us so that we cannot see its looming shadow. We must know that the gold of the alchemist is philosophical in nature. This is the true essence of the prize that we are unconsciously racing toward. Such gold is to be found within ourselves. We never realize how valuable we are. We devalue ourselves, but we don't cease to be profitable to other entities. Fortunes have been made on the blood, sweat, and tears of the multitude. We never take the time to stop and think about what it is that we are taking part in. Our automated behavior speeds up our body while slowing down our mind, or at least its critical reasoning ability. The actual depth of the reality that surrounds us is scarcely realized under these conditions of automation. It is rare that someone decides to slow down and reevaluate his own life. In the supposed era of increasing wisdom, how could this be? It simply could not be, and we are not living in such a time. This is the information age, not an age of wisdom. Information need not be true or false to exist, it merely must be. We now find ourselves immersed in information. This bounty of information is all too often interpreted as wisdom, and so it is that more fuel is added to the fire of progress. The mantra becomes, if we are to become wiser, then we must increase the flow of information. Actually, an overabundance of information leads to confusion. Confusion is not a defining characteristic of a wise individual.